Hello and welcome back. I'm bballjo and this is Transport Fever 2. Today will be a test of if bballjo can remember all the things that we talked about last time for getting goods to go today in this episode or this in the next episode. I'm squeaming already at this thing. I am not a road engineer by any means, but I know that that was wrong. Yes, we're not following really road hierarchy here, but there doesn't need to be another crossing right there. One is fine right here for now, and I do like how this is all filling in. So that's all good. Great. Camera's new, trying something out. I don't know if I like it yet, so in case you're curious about that, there you go. It's an e-meat. We'll see. So, yes, we had this guy, and we wanted the extra long going in there. We wanted iron to come down here to coal, and then coal get delivered out there. With this coal and that coal. So how are we going to get iron over to that site, you may wonder, to which we would say, hey, we already have a bridge here. Just having the bridge should make this relatively easy, and I will try to not fuff around too much with any of the things that we may have going on here. Is 160 meters fine? This is a very short distance, and we have relatively long trains already available, so I feel like there is, come on game, let me do the thing I want to do. Full grain train, beautiful. There's a world in which we can just do this. Okay, that so far so good. Great. Where do you want to run this thing? You need to run it somewhere over here, so either you run it over there or you use the mountain to your advantage. No, the mountain is not going to help us much because we have to still go through everything. So you have a chance to just make this all trucks. Do you want just trucks to run through this thing? It doesn't have to be optimal, just has to function, semi-function for the time being. Okay, yeah, I just want the iron to go over here. I do not want to use anything that is ship related, not in this playthrough. I just feel like I've already sang the song of that often enough. So no, ships are, and they're wonderful for this. They would be great to have a really long ship route, but I just built bridges and other things that are effectively disallowing me to make any of that happen. All right, so let's look at this again. There's really there are two mountains here that are kind of in the way, and then this guy over on that side. We could totally just tunnel right through what we have going on here. I don't really want to put a humongous bridge on top of this. Do we pre-saw goods factory? Is that the thing? That is the thing. Oh boy. Okay. I knew that name. I knew that name. I'm pausing it, obviously, because I need to figure out, is there any way to truly save this thing for right now? We need plastic. We're not going to get plastic here for quite some time, and I don't see a steel mill or steel production anywhere nearby that we could get to get those things connected. I think there's a very high chance that we're not going to get that goods factory. So your option is reload and hope that by randomization a different industry gets disappeared, or you change your whole plan of all the things that you wanted to do anyways. It's not the end of the world, because all we're really getting out of this is plastic right now, and steel, I suppose. Steel was the other thing that we wanted from this area. Hold on, we have an iron here. Okay, that can save whatever I'm trying to do here, because if we don't need this iron, if we have this iron, that coal, this coal runs over here. We drive everything all the way down here, which is what we already said, then bring it back to the steel mill. Then we can also use this iron to complete that, and then we have 2 iron mines and 2 coal mines connecting all of that. That's good. Oil, we already know the crude and oil refinery are sitting here, and that will turn into plastic at the chemical plant and go here, and then we have effectively steel and plastic from right here via trucks to this side, and then we just need to turn that into goods from this goods factory. Very good. There's coal here. Is there anything you want to do with that? Not really. Not highly important. Okay, Let's ask this guy, do you have another friend? Hendon, too far away. Alford, even more far away. More Alford. Perfect, 2 next to each other. And Thrapston, these are all in the same area. No. Okay, well, rescue operation. Let's see if we can rescue this guy right now. What do we need for that? We need that oil. I don't think there's enough time because this is a non-insignificant distance that we have to cover for these guys to actually deliver something to the right places. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. I don't know if I can convince the game of not closing down that factory right now, but I'm gonna do what I can. So there's one there, there's one here. We're gonna go super quick connections, so don't worry about that part. There's one there, and then obviously just one down here. Okay, streetwise, get me something that has the speed limit that we're looking for. Very good. And we're not going to worry about any technicalities here. We just want to get the connections in. Do you really not want to play ball? No, you do. You're fine. You're like, no, I'm good. Just give me a connection. Great. That's as straight as it can be. Straight as an arrow. So that's good. How about you? You would like to get effectively to here. That is a... Huh. Interesting. In the name of what we need to do right now, this may be absolutely necessary. I may adjust a couple things here and there, but if I want to do this with a truck, this is the way to do it. I think we don't want to do it with a truck. That is also okay. I wanted to do this by train, but if I let a train try to do this thing, nothing's ever going to happen. So yeah, I suppose this is what we have to get started with. I just want to take this back a notch, about that many notches, get you connected to this thing, make you round. Good, we're close. There is a smooth road here. I just removed it, but there's a piece of smooth road. Make it an embankment and make it look a little more interesting. Cool, yeah, that looks fine for a tunnel, for the thing that we're trying to build here. Upgrade this road for sure, and then this road technically, but it's telling me already too much slope can't happen. Okay, we do not require this bridge to be here the way that it was there, so we have an opportunity to make this a slightly better road connection, something like this. Nope, game is just like, no. I don't think so. To which I would say we probably have a couple truck lines already driving through here, so I don't know that I want to remove you from right there, but hey, it says, if you come from this side, I have no problems, to which I would say, sweet. Sweet. Love it. And then we're just going to connect up to here, and there's no reason to have a wavy connection out to this side. If you don't like that I'm removing this connection, that's fine. It almost looked like there was a tram route already going through there, but luckily there isn't. It would be weird if I had a tram running still on this side of the map, but that's fine. Can you get into that connection? Yes, you can. I do know that I built this bridge for sure, and the only thing that I'm very curious about right now is if we can get some road connection there and there, so now we have at least the quicker roads driving through. I very much appreciate that Transport Fever 2 allows you to move buildings and not just destroy everything right away. So far, so good. Now we just need a delivery service somewhere over here, but I actually think pre-sol does require some goods. So those things are all technically here. I just need to get all the things connected. And the next mistake that we could make is to not get depots in the right places. All right. Let's throw some depots in just to make this interesting. First depot would be right here. Second depot will definitely go right here. The third depot would come down here, and you have to set up all lines to even have a chance to make this work. All right, rescue operation. You, sir, I would like new line from there to there. This is just fuel. I don't care what you're doing. This is really just temporary, but fuel, tank, plastic. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. This is all plastic, fuel tank, oil, crude. Plastic crude. Great. Now I'm getting it. Plastic crude. And then you go from there to here, and we're going to use the fastest trucks that we have available. Nothing else matters. But this is plastic oil. And then we're going to need one from here to here. And we can't actually deliver goods yet, but maybe I can still save the thing. So this is going to be... Actually, this is goods. Plastic. Okay? And that should be fine for this whole area. Great. So the first one, let's set this one up. We need, honestly, just one vehicle. We don't need more than that. But can I sort this by speed? Power, top speed. Perfect. You can go 80 and you can go 100. So it's top speed. It's just the other way. Okay. This one's 100. That must be the fastest. We're just going to take this one. How full do I want you to go? It's fine. Start with one from here. Great. You will get on the plastic crude run. Great. You, sir... Actually, I have to change this. We have to run all of them, but I probably have to send out a second truck once it becomes appropriate. You'll see what I mean in just a second, but this is plastic oil. You can hop on that one too, and this is just going to be plastic. I need to set them up this way so that everything on the line is actually activated effectively. Let's see how this works. So I would expect, and I don't know if we're going to save this. Let's look at the red line there. There's a high chance it's not going to be enough, but we have this truck coming through here. Wonderful. You're doing great. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. I just need you to pick up anything at all, because we need this guy to send stuff over here. Cool. I picked up something. 16 of them. Great. So we're just going to follow you. Go a little high speed. Through the mountain. You're doing a wonderful job. I'm proud of you. That road wasn't horrible. Just gotta say it. That was not horrible. And now I'm going to add another oil truck here on the same plastic line. It's really just... what is it? Plastic oil. Cool. It's really just for that guy to drop something off right now. I don't care how much you want to drop off, but I would like you to produce a little bit. It's producing some, and that's what this guy is going to jump on. Okay, let's follow you. Yep, hyperspeed. Where is our thing? That red line doesn't look terrible, but here's the thing. Here's the thing that I don't fully remember. I don't remember if a factor or if an industry gets saved when you deliver something or when you pick something up, because the delivery may not be enough. But we'll see what happens here, because you have 7 units of plastic potentially being produced relatively soon, and we do have some time left over right there. So there's an opportunity for this to actually happen. So you just have to go through here. This has to be a roundabout once we have time. That looks good. I'm going to slow down a little bit and send the next truck on the way already. This one obviously goes to goods plastic. Beautiful. So you go in there, do your thing. Very nice. And then this guy should start producing some, and we'll just sit on this truck for a minute, because all I need from you, perfect, it has some plastic already. I just needed any plastic. Cool. So that guy is like, okay, now what? And it's possible that I still need steel for that thing to actually go through. I don't know yet. Thrapston Goods Factory, industry closure, another one. Perfect. Go through. Go. Shoo. Do your thing. And see if that is good enough for this, because there's a high chance that I need steel before this thing actually does something. Let's see. Would you like to avoid your thing? You have delivered some plastic and you will not close. Enable production or ship items to prevent closure. So I do need steel to get delivered here before we can actually save this one. All right, let's see. Where am I producing a reasonable amount of steel? Not there. Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to cheat in a way, a little bit, tiny bit, some bits at least. And we're going to get some steel from here. It may take me a minute before this all works, but don't mind me. We want a cargo airfield about yay big. I saw white. That's all I need. I don't need a fast plane or anything fancy here. I just need something that's connected to that industry right there. Then we're gonna go all the way down here to Pre-Sol, not Helston. Am I going too far? No, we're very close. There was that road that we did just a minute ago, and all we really need here is for this stuff to all get connected so we can get a little bit of steel in, hopefully. All right, get you on. There we go. This is fine. The arrival looks a little funky, but it is what it is, and I think I can actually turn the arrival around in a different way. I'm only going to use this to get things turned on. I will actually start our hangar on this edge. Is there a hangar already here? It looks like there's a hangar already there. Purchase. Cool. We have a Sherpa, which is the only plane that we have right now. Let's do 4 because we have a little bit of money. Set you on a line that doesn't exist yet. All it's going to be is you're going to go from there to... It's actually not a terrible line that it's taking. It's just not very helpful for what we're trying to do here. And have you go. Cool. Go? There we go. So I'm starting them on this side because this gives the steel production a tiny, minuscule chance to actually produce something for these guys to pick up before it's too late. But I still don't know that the red line over there is going to agree with everything else that we want. But here we go. Our friend is going to take off. Whoa. Go nice and fast. We can sound the horn. Pretty. The cities look nice. Can't judge that. But what we need to look for is, what we need to look for is, do we actually get a little bit of steel set up over here? Yes, steel is ready for us to be picked up. Okay, because that is happening, I'm actually going to go a little bananas here and give you another aircraft. You will go on the same line because we just need one to deliver something. So once the information window set produce, once you can produce something, you can actually get a couple things out. There you go. Steel's being loaded. 12 units. Yep. This is called Express Lane. I can't see what our current situation is, but it may be fine. Also, this is actually a really cool location for an airport like this. So I don't hate most of this, but all of this is going to get torn down once things just work. Okay, we're only about halfway removed from what we want to happen here. We're going super speed, but yeah, all we really need is that guy to deliver something, and then let's prepare for the eventuality of needing something actually delivered to the city, not just produced. If we look at cargo, who wants goods? Anyone? I don't see goods in the city. They're just in the center here. So that one. This one is in range of what we need. So this one can add a station, which will be this one. It will deliver everything that we need. You don't have to load if available, but let's see. Just for it to do the thing that I want it to do. Let's give you a truck. I don't care what it is. It's just going to be line 2 because we didn't even bother naming it. And I think this is our friend. Okay, our friend is here. Are we going to save it? Now there's clearly enough time left. But I would like this thing to actually make it. Rescue mission, great success. And you know what we're going to do now? Because I don't want any of this. We don't need any of this. Line 1, manage line. Manage vehicles first, I suppose. Take this. Sell all of you. Yep. Then manage line. Line 1, get rid of you. Very good. Get rid of this thing. The truck line can actually stay here if you feel like it. But we no longer need any airplanes doing any of the things. Great. Fixed that problem. Cool. Now we can concentrate on the thing that we were actually here for. So we technically have plastic already being delivered. I will replace that later. Let's jump onto steel production now. Just a little detour, you know. Things happen and you just have to react to them. And sometimes you do stupid things and sometimes you do something that's semi not unreasonable. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Awesome sauce. You come over here. Excuse me, autosave. I see you, but I don't have time for you right now. Look at that beautiful train coming through there. Yep. That's one of my guys. So, how are we going to get you connected to the iron that we have over here, or are we going to use the iron that we already talked about on the other side, in which case we would really just run a truck. Run 2 trucks here, and then use 1 big train. That makes a lot more sense. You know that you just deleted the road there, right? Yes, I do realize that, but we all make mistakes, even bballjo, at least every once in a while. So let's not interpret that too highly. This one does have traffic issues though. So that is at the very least interesting. I don't know that we need to do anything about that right now. But how about you get a bigger piece of road? Bigger piece of road is appreciated. Okay. And then where are you trying to go? You're technically trying to go through the city, which I don't fault you for it. So let's do the only thing we know how to do, which is take a perfectly fine city main street and upgrade it to a way too big city road. Perfect. You want 6 lanes? I technically want 6 lanes, but 3 lanes is just going to do it for right now. So that'll be fine. There's your double lane, and this one's not going to stay like this because this turn is not quite necessary. So we're going to take that out. Take that out of the equation. Cool. And then the other truck's actually going to start from here. Just in case you were curious, there's going to be another line sitting right here. We could connect them all into one train station that really just delivers stuff out here. I don't hate that as much as most of the other things. If we just have a shunter here that collects the coal that we will bring in the same location. Yes, it's cute. It's not exactly what I talked about last time, but then we all should know that bballjo is not good at remembering the things that he talked about last time. So let's just say that this is totally on purpose. Let's put this thing here, make it look like part of the industry. Once I release shift, it's going to try to snap to that thing, and I'm going to be annoyed. Ha! Told you. Okay, let's do that again, just better. You would go right here. I did like having that little piece of road there, so I'm hoping that I can get it right back in. But yeah, there's just a little too much for that to... Nope, it's fine. It's fine. It's right there. It did it. Wonderful. Cool, so you go here, and then we can just start building a little cargo family over here. Honestly, you just need a drop-off point. Okay, we just need a drop-off point. So let's make that happen. Where's that drop-off point? We're going to do something that looks exactly like what we did before. A semi-slow road, just peeling off here. Get rid of that for a second. And peeling back into the main road, just like so. Honestly, if you're already going to do this, why don't you just make it a one-way road to help with traffic and turning and all those funny things. I think that will be nice. Get a normal street in here then. Get that street in here. Very good. You would come from there. Sure. This is the industry road, and then all we need is a quick drop-off for our industry. You're not connected because I haven't given you a road connection yet, but that's the smallest of our issues because now you are just fine and connected right here and can get us all the things that we would ever dream of from a location like this. I do like this location. I do like how this looks. We could make this a roundabout too. It's effectively a roundabout right now, so I think trucks will just be able to figure out what they need to do. This one I'm a little nervous about, so I'm actually going to reduce that to a one-way road. Can we do one-way road here? Yes, we can. Why? Because if I make it this may the trucks may not be able to switch lanes where I want them to switch. This one, yes, but if there's a crossing right before it, it may not be able to do the right thing because there's not enough nodes in the road to actually make stuff happen here. But maybe it's fine. You know what? This is a one-way road. You don't have to worry about this connection being on the wrong side. So just put them there so the trucks are already on the right side, and then nothing should happen. I'm pretty sure at no point ever in this game have I ever tried to build a truck stop or bus stop on the wrong side of the road on a one-way road. I'm pretty sure that never happened, but I'm happy it's happening now. So that's all fine. This one can turn here. If you want to optimize traffic here for whatever reason, you can, if you wanted to, reduce this to just a two-lane road, and this is what happens. This is now a dedicated turn lane, and this is a straight lane. The other one was straight and turn. This has two straight lanes, which is a problem. This one has a 1 and a 1, so this is now too much going on here. I don't know why I care about this so much, but we can probably make this like so, because now this one should turn into that lane. These two should turn into the right two lanes, and everything kind of funnels into this guy. We just can't turn this guy into too many lanes because it will be a little funky. But we should probably see what happens with traffic here. It doesn't matter because here's the thing. There's no normal traffic going through here. This is all going to be my industry traffic and nobody else because there's nothing else to worry about there. Great. So that's done. Kind of. Well, it's definitely done, and this is definitely slow track that you want to run through here. Cool. We'll connect you to that thing or that thing. That thing looks better. But we probably need to figure out where you're going to shoot that other track to, because that guy's kind of in the way of you right now. Okay, let's do the other track first. What we need is make this the inside track. I do know that we're not going to go the full speed of 300 right here. We talked about that before. But we need to make do with what we have. And nice long turn radius. It's not terrible. Now we just have to fit into all of this somehow. Do we really? You kind of want to go to the other side here anyway. So this turn actually doesn't matter. It's just a question of, are you going to make a humongous tunnel? I don't know that we have a choice about humongous tunnel, honestly, because we do have to get to the other side here relatively swiftly to make anything happen. I don't mind coming out here, but let's see where... Oh, the tunnel does actually come out here. I don't mind this. Yeah, that's what I thought. If I'm flat, we're coming out a different way. But I don't mind coming out here because now we can put another station here already that we will use to connect to the rest of the thing. The only problem with that is that this industry is in the way and we don't have the mod on to actually turn that off. But maybe that's okay because now from here, what we want, we're probably way too high. We're probably way too high in elevation to make this happen prettily. That's not terrible, and I don't know that that road stays. This is totally doable besides that road happening right there. That's fine. This aqueduct, yes, this is the one that we don't actually want like that. Okay. Alternatively, there's no way I can handle whatever I bring through here with trucks. That's just not going to happen. I don't like how that is going through here. Let's go ahead and fix the roads that are actually breaking me. You are breaking me. That's not super helpful because I think that this is a normal road connection, but let's just put it, not by normal, I mean it's a road connection I'm actually using for my trucks. So it's not great to get rid of that, but this should buy me some time until that's actually fixed. So that's good. Can I upgrade you for relatively cheap? Yes, I can. And then there's already a nicer road there. That looks good. And then this one should no longer be required because we have a faster road connection already next door. This was causing some funny behavior. So let's get rid of that. Let's look at this again one more time. I know that I can lower it in a couple places at least. Where's the other bridge pillar collision? Oh, it's this one. That's fine. That's normally easy to fix. But yeah, this one is certainly too high. And there's not a good way to go lower here. Where are you colliding? You're colliding with this one and you're trying to build a tunnel. Not ideal. Okay. Trying to go really small bytes lower, but that's not really doing what I wanted. So I'm going to use Shift and M to go small bytes higher. Now we're talking. This is a potential ugliness. You can do that one or that one. I guess we're doing this one because I don't want pillars, and that one gives me pillar free. Little bit of bridge here. Could be this one. Could be this one. We do have that bridge next to it. It's a little ugly, but it could be that. There's just a short little tunnel here. Same bridge like this. Where it gets interesting now is if I want a station here that can handle ore and steel, I will have to fight a little bit. This is a very long tunnel, but I'm not sure that there's an easy way to avoid this, especially when we go long distance like this. So I will bring everything down here to bring everything back up on the exact same track to connect to this thing. What we could do is split out from here and go underneath this bridge or something like that. And no, we have to go above the bridge probably. Or we split out here and go higher. This is flat, but it's also very high up. So we have to split out here somewhere to get to the steel. Probably in quad track, not just double track. This one is a little higher than I would like it to be, but I'm not sure that there's a good alternative. The problem with this one is actually it's only 90 miles per hour, which is really absolutely nothing. That... Thank you, truck, for being exactly where I need you to be. That one is not very acceptable, so I'm not sure that that's going to work out for me. But I think what we can do here is build this bridge first, unless you're complaining about a collision right away, which you're not. We can build that bridge first and redesign this area just a tiny bit with some better outcomes. Yeah, it's still that one, but that one's just too slow. No, kind of. No. Okay. What I meant to do was lower things on this side. And we have to lower these assuming that we will have 2 tracks coming through here, not just one. So make sure that everything kind of goes lower. So the bridge pillars have a little more room to go to a few more places, which that should give me everything that I need from here, and then we can just smooth it out again in a couple minutes. So that one, okay. That one, reasonable. That one is still kind of on the road, but not really. I like this one better because higher speed. So that's what we're going to play with. Great. What did you connect to? You actually connected to a reasonable platform on that side, so I can appreciate that. Go this way. This certainly is going to be high-speed rail. Whatever fastest train and fastest cargo transport mechanism I can throw on here is fine. I have a light suspicion, yep, definitely light suspicion that we're not snapped because this bridge is already not doing what we're supposed to do. That is unfortunate, but sometimes you can remedy that by going a little bit, then a little bit more, and then try to run it. Unless the game decides, you know what? I like the way that I did it earlier better than whatever you're doing right now. And then there's just nothing you can do, and you just have to hope that you get back onto the good side of the game. Which I think we are still on the good side of the game. Okay, do you mind? Yeah, you're already collisioning for absolutely no reason because you are snapped together, and this one, no. No, why? Why? There's no reason for you to collision here. Stop it. There we go. I tricked it. No. No. Stop it. Okay, in that case, we need to bring out the big guns, take this one back a reasonable amount of space, distance, just so we can get a relatively good turn in here that's still effectively straight and flat and all that stuff. That connects to here instead. That looks good. I wouldn't mind as most of that is carved in, but no, that actually looks very terrible. I do mind. So let's take you out. Okay. Are we gonna get through the whole tunnel all at once? That'd be nice. Do you come out at the same place? Yes, you are. And I do believe this is the correct side that we wanted to come out of. Collision? How did you collision? What are you collisioning about? This looks fine. There's nothing really problematic about this, so don't collision me. And then you can probably, well, these need to connect to these two platforms for sure. That's the whole point of those platforms. There you go. 176, I suppose, is the fastest we're gonna get out of this. And you connect there. We do need to get our trains connected to whatever is going on here. What are we gonna do with this? I think this is gonna be my main train. I don't know that we need more than one train on this run though. So we'll actually leave that alone, and that extra platform there's just going to be an extra platform for a little while. And then on top of that, this is our delivery service for trains to that side. Okay, so far, so easy, probably. Yeah, I think this is doing everything that we wanted it to do. Great, let's get a couple things connected then. Coal. Let's get a coal cargo station in here, 30 meters long, one long. Want you on the other side, I believe. Yep, that looks good. This will be cool. This is fine and appropriate. Yeah, there we go. Turn it, make it a little round, and then we will be happy. You would come over here and you're just dropping it off. Okay, great. Let's make that run a reality. Line 2, Pre-Sale South School Lane. This is probably the goods delivery, but in reality, I don't want this goods delivery. So line 2, where are you? You're here. Good. Yes, you're the right one. I want to sell you because we're not going to produce goods for quite some time, so we may as well get rid of that. Great. Distraction over. New line. We don't have to pause. You go from here to here. You should always wait until you're full, otherwise there's no real point in this. And then we're going to call you goods coal extra truck. Beautiful. What do we have for vehicles? Vehicle depot around here. I see like nothing. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Nope. There's no vehicle depot around here. That's ridiculous. All right. Let's get you one in the area. Do you want it there? Yep, sure. All right. You got it right here. Buy. I need something that can handle cargo over a long distance. Let's start with 8 and see what you say your frequency is when we're done with this. Yes, I didn't worry about frequency too much before, but right now I do a little bit. 444 is a little bit too high. If I take one off, you're 388, so I do need that one extra, and then they can map themselves out because I do wait until full to make that happen. So that's fine. Next one here, this is just a hopper shunter. This is hopper shunter. All right. Length that we have on this is 40, 80, 120, 160, 160 meters on both sides. What is our closest friend that we can use to connect anything to here? It's this one. And none of these are connected to any real network. All right, very interesting. How do you want to solve that? You could slap another depot at the back here. You could slap a bunch of things somewhere in the middle. I don't think it is completely unreasonable to make this one its own depot line, but even getting a depot connected to that one is not going to be that simple, actually. But there's going to be a lot of trains running out here, so having a depot on that one is not completely out of the realm of possibilities. I'm kind of looking at this track, the round track, to get us connected to something, but I'm also not convinced that that round track has a depot connected anywhere that will get us a real connection. It will be whatever's connected down here. Still no depot. Nope. Okay, that's the depot at the very end. No, that's not gonna work. Sorry, buddy. Okay, let's I do want it... I'm completely turned around now. I do want it behind here. Well, this one doesn't need one because that one has a relatively good depot connected to it. But this one definitely does need one. Let's... Can't put you on that side. Can't really put you on this side. This road needs to go away. I don't have a good place to put that depot right now. This has to move. I don't love where I'm slapping this, but it does have to go somewhere, so we may as well start right here. And don't worry about the part where the depot is way shorter than the trains that are going to get out of this, because the game doesn't care, so you shouldn't care. Let's get a quick crossover organized right here, and then we can probably get started on the first couple trains to go up and down this route. Beautiful. Okay. Was this one already done? Yes, that's the hopper shunter. While we're in the area, let's go for you, Rothbury, to here. That's not going to do much because you don't have the secondary connection yet. Ah, that's true. Oh, that's true. This is the long distance long D hopper coal iron goods. 4 goods. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna get everything out of here. That's fine. So that will deliver here. And then I need track to effectively go back the other way. If I don't have track here, the game is not even going to turn anything on. So that's not going to help us much. So let's connect to this side. Stay on this track as long as you can. Just snap to this. Snap to this if you don't mind. This one is fine. You should be able to just connect to this thing. There you go. You already should be snapped to that thing. This is not difficult. This is difficult though because the game says you didn't prepare. Okay, fine. Strength is good. Brush size can go up. Strength can go up a little bit, and then we're just gonna go. Okay, let's prepare for this now then. There's a little bit more there. Excuse me. There's a little bit more here. There we go. And then we can try our best again. You would go through there. Easy peasy, lemons and squeezy. And you come out this way and we'll do the same thing. Beautiful. Quad track. Great. We are doing the thing. Do we really need to separate this? I do like running them on the same path, but for how long? How long is a great question, because what you now have to do is try to put a train station here as low as possible that has good enough connection that will need coal and iron deliveries. I'm going to give it 2 stations for that, and then a steel pickup on the other side. Now, I would like this to be relatively low, but how low? This low is a start, but look at what it does to the front of this whole operation. I don't love that one bit. Here's what we're going to do to see how low I can go. Give me a straight piece of road, direct connection from here, and we're going to go as steep down as we can with a canyon. Canyon, get it? Aha! That's fine. And somewhere along the lines here, there should be a this. The game is fighting me a little bit. I would fight myself a little bit too. So there we go. We can, okay, great. We can actually go all the way down here. It just takes a little bit of terraforming. All we need for that is more strength, no rotation, but get all of this lowered out of the way to make it look natural. That's what we're going to call this. And see how bad is this. See, it's actually flat land and it's pointing right at the bridge that I was actually kind of secretly hoping for first time we did this. It's a little more extreme than I needed it to be, but it's not the first time this episode, so I think it's fine. Speaking of which, we're going to complete this next time. This is shooting straight for... It's still almost the height of the bridge that is right there, which is not ideal. But this gives me some opportunity for things that I can do now that I didn't know I could before. And I can actually probably change the angle of this a little bit. We'll see how things go. Yep, today we saved the... Great. Lame. We saved this one just for another one to pop up right there, but I feel good about the savability of the industry. So thank you so much for watching. We'll do the other thing next. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.